Hi guys, so some of you may have noticed the title of this series and possibly think that I've gone completely off my rocker. So let me tell you what the 12 months of Christmas is all about. Every year in our household we make gift baskets which we give to family, friends and neighbours at Christmas. And I think there's something truly wonderful about receiving homemade gifts. By their very nature they show somebody that they're worth your time and effort. So I'm going to share with you some of my makes and recipes, which by the end of the year will assemble into some of the most wonderful gift baskets, and also some goodies for you and your family too. We are going to be exploring many different crafts over the coming months, from mead making to beading, and of course some needle felting. You could choose to have a go at some of the items, or you can have a go at them all. It's entirely up to you. Some of the makes will require extra equipment, and everything will be listed out on the website. But this is a great way to get a jump on things, and it takes a lot of the stress out of what is a very busy time of year. Recipe sheets and downloads can be found on the Mums Makery website. That's mumsmakery.co.uk. And please do just take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel, as we will be bringing you a new episode each month. So sit back and let's take a delicious and crafty journey together over the next 12 months. Hi guys, and welcome to the Makery studio for this episode of the 12 months of Christmas. And you may be pleased to know that we're not making anything this month. So generally around sort of mid to late August kind of time is when I sort of sit down. The autumn's coming and I'm starting to think about, those nice sort of cozy, colder evenings. And I started to do a little bit of planning for my Christmas. And the one thing that I like to do is kind of get a list of supplies together of things that I might need come the end of the year, because the last thing you want to do is, at an already busy time of the year, be floundering around trying to find baskets and jars and bits and bobs, to make it all look that little bit special. So what I put together for you today is a little video on different sort of packaging types, different methods, things that you might like to have in as staples in your cupboard, simply because gift baskets are not just for Christmas, they can be for any time of year. And I tend to find that I use my materials throughout the year. Now, over the years, I have built up quite a little stockpile of different ribbons and things like that. But there's a few things that you can grab that you can just have as a staple in your home that will mean you're almost prepared for any gifting eventuality that might drop itself on you suddenly as well. So with that in mind, let's hop straight in and start looking at our crafting and gifting supplies. So one of the first things to really look into are your baskets, your bases for your gift baskets. Now you can get baskets and receptacles in all kinds of shapes and sizes and materials. Personally, I do love the wicker. And call me a traditionalist, but there is something about receiving a hamper and a lovely wicker basket that I just adore. So I generally have quite a few wicker baskets, and these ones, you can pick them up in various different sizes, but they're also quite reasonably priced. Obviously, you've then got much larger, more sturdier, actual woven baskets. There are sort of plastic molded baskets. There's all kinds. So what you want to start by doing is making a list of those people that you're going to gift a basket to. And, for me, it's usually friends, family. They get the bigger baskets, to be fair. Then I've got, neighbours that I gift baskets to, and then slightly more distant friends who I might do a slightly smaller basket for. So what I would suggest that you do is just start by writing yourself out a list of the people that you want to give baskets to, and whether you want to give a sizable basket or whether you're going to give a slightly more modest basket. For my neighbours and things, I generally do sort of a bag of candy, a jar of jam, a jar of chutney, and maybe some rolled candles. And that is just a perfect, lovely little gift basket for, friends and acquaintances, slightly more distant neighbours, that's work colleagues maybe. So that's what I would do. I would also then add in maybe anywhere between 2 and half a dozen, depending on how much your house gets descended on Christmas. Maybe have half a dozen baskets or up to half a dozen. I usually have about 3 or 4 spare. And the reason for that is that if somebody does impromptu drop over, it's almost like you made the basket for them, because who has that lying around? So get yourself a couple of extra baskets as spares. So the other thing is, if you are going to be sending any of this through the post, you can of course use wicker baskets, but I also found these, and if you visit the website, that's mumsmakery.co.uk, click on the link on the menu that says Makery TV and look at the series for the 12 months of Christmas. It's all there. You'll find a fact sheet for every episode, and I will link supplies and list supplies on those fact sheets, so you've got somewhere to go to have a look at all the things that I am using today. Now, I found these on, I think it was Amazon, and they're cardboard. You can probably see one on the shelf here behind me. And I found these because I thought these are actually great for sending in the post. They're a little bit lighter, obviously, and you just start by putting in all of your folds. And I'm not going to lie, this one took me a hot second to figure out. So you put in all of your lines. Then what you do is fold up the side flaps like that, and then bring up the 2 long sides and bring these tabs in. Bring these over and inside. I'm not doing this very well. And tuck these in. So you tuck these in like that. Let me move that on camera. Tuck them in. And then lock that little tab down in place. And the same on the other side. Bring those in. Bring those in. And fold it over. Hopefully with slightly more finesse than I just did that. And then once you have your sides kind of locked into place, then you just fold those 2 longer sides over, and they also have those little kind of tabs at the bottom there. And there you go. It's a really nice size, and if you're sending anything in the post, you can wrap stuff up in bubble wrap and then wrap the whole thing up in bubble wrap, and it will go in the post quite nicely. So these, like I said, I think I got these from Amazon, and I will put links and stuff on the website. So hop over there if you want to download that sort of info sheet for this episode. So that's the range of kind of baskets that I use. Like I said, you could go to Poundland. They usually have in their sort of bathroom type section, they usually have some like plastic gift baskets. So if you wanted to gift something which had a usable basket that they might want to reuse in the bathroom, that's a way to go. The possibilities are endless. So the next thing would be what we would then stuff the gift basket with as our kind of base layer. Now again, there are so many different options for this. Me personally, I use shredded paper, and again, I got this from Amazon. I've got a couple of different colours. I've got this white one, and then I've got sort of a more creamy colour, which again, you can probably see on the shelf behind me here. And it goes a long way. It really does go a long way. So your other options for this, you could use straw if you wanted to go that route. Obviously, considerations, allergies and things, maybe, I don't know. I like the paper because you can get it in a lot of different colours. Again, I believe I got this from Amazon. Links will be on my website. And a little bit of this does go a very long way. But if you want to make it go even further, then just stuff the very bottom of your baskets with a little bit of scrunched up newspaper or something like that, and then add this over the top. So you may find that will help it go that little bit further. I buy these in kilos, and I buy very neutral colours, like I said, the cream and the white, simply because it's great for gift baskets all year round. As with everything about gift basketing, you can go 100 different ways with this as well. I do generally have some of these sort of cellophane wraps in, and I use them occasionally. You can get them in a range of different sizes. This one here is quite long and thin. I don't know how well this is going to come out on camera, but it's between my two hands here. And, you know, that may be what I would do with something like that is maybe put some shredded paper and pine cones in the bottom. And that would be for one of my larger bottles, tie it up and give that as a gift, maybe a bottle. As you know, in some of our previous episodes, we have made mead, and I do like gifting that at Christmas as well. So that would be if, you know, you're doing maybe a bottle, or you need to give a basket with something that's quite long and thin. Don't forget that you don't need to just use it upright. You can use it on the side as well. So you've got a lot of different options there. And these kind of cellophane bags, they go really quite big. You can get cellophane which is on a roll. Have a think about how you want to wrap. There's so many different methods, and again, links for all of these types of things will be on the website after the show. But just have a think. You may not want to wrap in cellophane. You may want to wrap in other mediums. Obviously, if you are sending things through the post, then you're probably going to need something like bubble wrap as well. So finally, to finish off the actual sort of wrapping part of the basket, you're going to want some little finishing flourish. And for that, I generally have some floristry ribbons, or I may have ribbons that I've taken off of other things, or I've saved, or I've bought. There are pine cones, and if you have children, pine cone hunting is a great way to occupy them for a while, and you get some materials for your gift baskets as well, because you can put these guys in gift baskets if you've got some slightly larger ones, and you can use them for decorating your gift basket. So I like to use pine cones because I absolutely love them, and you can get the kids painting them, you can add glue to them and glitter. There's so many different things that you can do with a humble pine cone. But on the other side, as you can see over here, what I've got are some sort of decorative baubles, and you can just add some of those, you know, a couple of those, maybe 3 together on a larger gift, and for a smaller gift, just a single small bauble. I think I got those from either Poundland or B&M, and I bought a whole range of them. I bought some larger ones, some medium ones, small, and minis. So you can sort of mix and match. And again, you can mix and match colours. A few pounds, and I've got myself enough decorations for years to come on some of my baskets. Talking about the ribbons and things, I've got floristry ribbon. You can probably see a whole bunch of it behind me. You can pick this stuff up, this stuff up very cheaply. And again, what I suggest is just maybe getting in 1 to 3 different colours, but make them quite neutral: a gold or a silver, a green and a white. And that way you've got a lot of different options for various types of gift baskets, not just Christmas. So now I'm going to quickly touch on things that go into the basket and different types of packaging for things like that. One of the things that I do have in all year round are these sort of cellophane candy cones. Some of them have snowflakes on. I love to use the snowflake one at Christmas. Then these are cookie bags. They're self-sealed cookie bags. And then we've got some actual candy bags. So you can see I've gone for a snowflake theme. Don't think my camera zooms out enough to fit them all on the camera, but so I've got a candy cone, I've got a candy bag, and I've got a cookie bag, and it just adds a lovely sort of wintry theme to things. But you can get them in plain, you can get them in different sizes, and they generally come with these things, which are pull bows, and I absolutely love these. They are so quick. You know, a pack of these in the cupboard, and you've got somebody coming round, you know, quick jar of jam into a nice little bag, and there, it's that simple. You just pull it and tie it, and you've got an instant little bow. These things are great. You can get these in different sizes as well. I've only got them in the small size, which generally come with candy bags, but you can get them in all kinds of different sizes, right up to some quite big ones, big pull bows. You maybe see them used in floristry quite a lot. So different types of candy bags, and if you just want to get, because these things come in packs of hundreds, just get yourself the plain bags. You can always spruce it up with a mini bauble or a pine cone or something to make it look more wintry. Always go for something that's very generic and adaptable, and then, you know, expand your sort of your stash from there. Brown string, because who doesn't like packages tied up with brown string? I absolutely love brown string. This is a 3-ply string, which is general. You can get them thicker. There's just so many options with things like this. You can use paper candy bags, you know, tie them up with a little bit of brown string, add on your pine cone, and you've got that instant sort of rustic looking gift. And, you know, if you are just giving out a bag of candy, or you want to give out party favours, this is all stuff that is going to see you very, very well for doing whatever kind of wrapping, packaging that you might need to all the way throughout the year. So I want to just sort of finish up with the all-important labelling. And you can probably see a lot of the stuff that we've already made this year towards my gift baskets. And it's all very well giving somebody something amazing, but if they don't know what it is, it can be problematic. So labels are something you do need to take into consideration. And you can see in front of you, I've got a wonderful array of different types of labels. Now, all of these labels came as a set from Amazon. You get hundreds of them. It was really good value. So again, visit the website for the link. You get these cutout ones, and there's about 5 different types of these with images on. You of course have your lovely circular, very useful labels, which have the little holes in, and they're just blank both sides, and you can write them. I find these are great for jam jars. But then there's these. Now, these are not labels, they're bookmarks, but when you have a whole list of things in the gift basket, you could write a list of what's on there. These particular ones, they're all these gorgeous kind of shiny colours. You can get the bookmarks in plain white. I think you might be able to get them in sort of brown craft card as well. But these came with these gorgeous little tassels as well. How lovely is that? So there's lots of different ways that you can go with your labels. Particularly if you're making jam, or any kind of the chutneys, anything like that, elastic bands I find are an absolute godsend. If you are doing jam, let me just scooch this in here, a quick little extra. Little bits of fabric, cut them up into squares. Now this is a 190ml jar, and this piece of fabric is about 15 centimetres square, or about a 6-inch square, give or take, because I've cut this wonky, but I think that this works really, really nicely for this size of jar. You pop your fabric over, get your elastic band, and just pop that over the top, and you instantly have that sort of very rustic looking jam jar. Here's one that I've got that has one of those little round labels on. But then you can take it a stage further. Here's one that I've got a beautiful felted leaf, a poinsettia leaf, and a couple of frosted berries. So you can use all kinds of mediums for just giving those finishing touches. But labels, do grab yourself a pack of labels. Get some nice generic ones that, again, will suit you all year round. Grab yourself a little storage box and put all of your packaging supplies in that box, and then you've got it to hand. If you're putting all that effort into make a homemade basket, it's well worth just spending that little bit of extra time to finish it off as well. So that really is it in a nutshell. You're going to want to sit down, just give yourself half an hour with a cup of tea and just write yourself out that list of who you want to give baskets to and what sort of size gift baskets you're going to need. That's also going to tell you what in the way of supplies that you might need. A lot of the packaging does come in packs of 10s or maybe even 100, and that's going to make sure that you've got something to use throughout the year as well. I hope that this has been useful. Don't forget, if you head over to the website, there's going to be a fact info sheet, and it's going to list the supplies with links and things for you to download over there. I think I've just about covered everything as briefly but as comprehensively as I can, so it just leaves me to say I will see you in the next show.